So we're going to do what we call what if analysis. The topic we're looking at today is what if analysis. Okay. Under what if analysis, we have three main topics, which are, let me open the what if analysis section, main drop down for you. Okay, which are goal seek, data tables, and scenario manager. Scenario manager, goal seek, and data table. So we are going to attempt to look at the three of them this evening. All right, so now, what do we do with goal seek? Let's illustrate this with an example. Look at this data for instance. What do you think this data is about?
Should I answer? Or
Yeah, anyway, yes, you can answer.
is it like we said, it's about sales. It's talking about sales of quantity of a certain product, the price of each of the products,
Yes.
then the unit cost, like the price that it was bought with,
Yes.
and the profit at the end of the day.
Okay. So that's what the data is about. Okay. So now, if you look at this data closely, you see that how do we arrive at profit? Profit is total sales minus what? Total, that's total sales minus what? Total expenses, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in this case, the expenses per the cost of each item sold is 1,450. For the selling price is 5,000. Therefore, the profit made per item is 5,000 minus 1,450. So if we multiply that difference by quantity sold, we'll get the profit, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now, most of the time, we all know that the businessman wants to maximize profit. Okay. Now, suppose there's a target or an objective. For instance, let's say the objective is to make a profit of 10 million. For example, the objective is to make a profit of 10 million. There are different ways of achieving that. We can achieve it by increasing the price, and we can achieve it by trying to sell more higher quantity, right?
Yes.
Also by reducing costs. Those are the alternatives, okay? Most times, there's an extent to which you can reduce costs. And if you increase price too much, you may drive away the customers, right? So the safest in most cases is to try to increase sales. In most cases. Okay, now let's say, but the point is you can increase this or increase that or whatever. Okay, or reduce this, whatever. So let's work with the quantity. Let's assume that now we are trying to make a profit of 10 million by changing sales, by increasing sales. Now, to do such a thing, we can use goal seek. Okay, goal seek is used to set an objective, to set a certain variable to a certain amount by changing the value of another variable. Like in this case, we are going to set profit to 10 million by changing what? Sales. Is it clear? So to do such a thing, we can use a goal seek. So let's try to do it. So how do we do goal seek? What's the process? What's the procedure? You go to the data tab. First of all, you click the data tab. You locate your what if analysis, click it. Click your what if analysis. Then click goal seek. So what's he asking you here? He's asking you, it says set cell. Which cell you want to set to a particular value? Is
The
this,
sales.
yes, no. We want to set the profit to 10 million. Okay. Set cell, which cell? The cell we are setting is this profit cell. To what value? To 10 million. By changing what? By changing sales quantity. Take note here, we have sales of quantity of 2,000 giving 7.1 million. If I click OK now, what has it done now? It has set the profit to 10 million by increasing sales to 2,817. Is it clear? Hope that's clear.
It's clear to me.
Yeah. Madam, hope I'm still audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hope it's clear. Hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So that's simply how GoSeek works. It's quite simple. So now let's look at data table. How do we use data tables? Now, data tables, you can use data tables to create a kind of reference table. Okay, let's say we want to use this same data, right? Now, we want to see what we can realize based on different sales quantity. Okay, so here I've decided to take the values from 1,000 to 7,000. It could be anything. It could be 1,000 to 10,000 or whatever. So our aim now, want to see if you sell quantity of 1,000, what will be the profit? If you sell 1,005 of the item, what will be the profit? If you sell 2,000 items, what will be the profit? And so on. Okay, so we are trying to do this. This is a data table. Okay, so I've deleted it now. All these ones are types. This is not calculated. I just typed these ones. Quantity, profit. Okay, so I typed the various quantities from 1,000 to 7,000. So we are going to now create the data table so that instead of calculating each time, you can just look at the table. Okay, maybe you want to set get a particular level of profit. Look at the table. The table will tell you the quantity of sales you should target in order to realize that profit. So let's see, how do we create such a table? The first thing you do is try to arrange the figures like this. Okay, you can see I just put my heading here. I left one gap, one space here. And then these are all the quantities here. Then you click here. This is starting points for the whole computation. Okay, up here. You type equals, equal to. Then you click, sorry, I don't want us to use I want us to use a straight figure here. 1, 2, 3. That's 2000. So you come here, just type equals, then click on, sorry, not type, click on this calculated profit here. Enter. Okay. Then highlight the whole of this. Sorry, don't include the heading. Highlight all of this. Okay. Then you go to the data tab, click what if analysis, click data table. What's it asking for now? Row input cell, column input cell. Our input cells are the quantities in this case. Okay. And they are in a column. They are not arranged in a row, they are arranged in a column. So you come down to column input cell, click it, click inside the column input cell. Then this column is for what? Quantity. You go to the original data and click the quantity figure there. Then you click on OK. That does it. Automatically calculates all the values. To check if your answer is true, you can just come here. You see, 2000 gives what? Profit of what? 7.1.
7.1.
If you come to the table, you see 2000, 7.1. So it's correct. If you try any other value here, for example, let's type 3000 here. 3000 gives 10.65. 3000 gives 10.65. You understand? So it works. So it has created a table for you, reference table that you can easily use to get the profits at different sales level. This understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That table we just created is called a 1D data table. It's called a 1D data table, one-dimensional data table.
Because of the single column.
Exactly, yes. Because it only has a column, just a column. But if you are dealing with column and row, then that will be 2D data table. So let's create a 2D data table now. Let me get this data out of here so we can use it on another sheet. Let's go to another sheet. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to create a 2D data table. To save time, let me copy this out, or let me do it from scratch so you can see firsthand how I did it. I'm going to replicate these quantities there. Assuming we want to stop at 7,000 or 7,500, wherever. And then that is, these are the quantities. Then the profits, sorry, yeah, is it profit? Sorry. The prices, we are going to put quantity here in the column, and then we'll put prices horizontally. Okay, so let's start with, since the price we use there is 5,000, it may not be feasible to go too much lower than that. Let's assume we are starting from 3,000, 3,005, and so on. Let's stop at 7,000, for example. It could be anything, though. It doesn't have to be where I'm stopping now. Okay. So you see now, this one has a column input and row inputs. Okay. What did I say these ones are?
Prices.
Prices, yes. You can also label them and just highlight. You merge, click on merge and center, and then you type price. Then you come this way, you highlight, merge and center. You type what? Quantity.
Quantity.
Now this one is not displaying the way we want. If I click here, see, align middle, brings it up. Then I want to turn it. Okay. I can come to, you see this number, this section here. Okay. This is the formatting section. That is the formatting section there. If you click this icon here, it will open up the dialog box for formatting cells. Then you come to alignment. Then here, this orientation. Okay. You can align from here. Actually, if you type like 90 degrees, did you see what happened?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Alternatively, you can just hold this, click on this red icon and just drag it up like this. Click OK. You can make it bold, you can change the size. All these are just formatting. These are not the data table itself we want to do. Just to format it and let it make it look nice. That's all. Okay, so now here I told you that when you are doing your 1D data table, you start from here. This is the beginning point. Okay, you get the calculated end result here. But in 2D, you focus on this place. This point where the row and column meet here. Okay, you click there, type equals, and then you go ahead and click the profits value. You press enter. If you want to hide it, you can. If you don't want it to show, you can, but let's go on first. Then you highlight the whole thing. And then you go to the data tab, what if analysis, data table. For the row inputs, row input values are what? What did I say there?
And the price.
The price, thank you. So you come here, you click on price, the value for price. Then you click inside this other cell, the column input value, which is what? Quantity. So you click the value for quantity here, and then you click OK. So that computes all the values. Okay. So now, as usual, I want to check if we are right. Let's check what the table says the profit would be. We know that when the quantity is 2,000 and price is 5,000, the profit is 7.1 million, right? So let's go to the table to confirm that. Quantity 2,000, that's quantity of 2,000. Let's take it, trace it to where you have price of 5,000, which is what? 7.1. So it corresponds, which means it's correct. Are we on the same page?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to format this now. Like I told you, as a data analyst, you make your work look nice. Organize your work properly. According to Bill Gates.
So how did you do that just now? This one I just did.
Which one?
That expanded it like this. How did you do it?
I highlighted it. I came to the home tab. It's just formatting, number formatting. Comma style. You come to this number section. I just click
Okay,
on comma.
okay.
So I can remove these zeros, this fraction, the decimals, the decimal point and the zeros after it. By coming here, just click on decrease decimal. Okay. So this is it. So what did I say this is called? This is a 2D.
3D table.
2D.
Sorry, 2D.
Yeah. 2D data table. What does 2D mean in full?
Two-dimensional.
Two-dimensional. Thank you. This is a 2D data table. What are the two dimensions? One dimension is the quantity, the other dimension is price.
Right.
Yeah. So that's how you do your 2D data table.
Do we have 3D?
Well, we cannot have 3D. There's no provision for 3D because, first of all, a sheet, an Excel sheet is naturally 2D. It has rows, it has columns. So if you have to add 3D, it will have to span through multiple sheets. You understand? Moreover, if you go to, for you to know there's no 3D, if you go to the what if analysis, you could come here. It's only making provision for two inputs. You understand?
Yes. For rows and column.
Yes. So, madam, I hope that's clear.
Very.
Okay. Now, let's say, for instance, you don't want this to appear. What do? You can just change its color to white. White text on white background. Will it be visible? Will it be visible?
No.
It will not be visible. So that's the trick you can do here. Just change its color to white. That's all. So to look as if there's nothing there, but it's still there. Okay. So
Now,
that
please,
is
mommy, that profit.
this one.
I think
Which of them? The one that disappeared.
one yes at that junction.
Yes.
Yeah.
You click on it. Okay. Now you see it's white text on white background, right? Sorry, black
Okay.
text on white
Text.
background. That's why you
Yeah.
can see it, right?
Okay.
You can change the color of the text to anything you want. Okay. But if I change it to
Okay.
white, it will become invisible.
White. Yeah.
Just like using white biro to write on white paper.
Yes.
To be invisible. But it's still there. For this
Mm.
whole thing to work, it has to be there.
Okay.
You understand? The thing is still there.
Yeah.
I just deleted it now.
Okay.
See what happened.
This
Let me undo the delete.
All right.
Okay. So I think we are halfway done with. Is it halfway? Let me see. Are we midway or we are more than? Would you call that 2/3? We are done with this. We are done with that. So before we move on to scenario manager, I want to ask you: did you notice any limitation with the goal seek? Well, let me just tell you, the limitation here is that we can only change one cell. We can't change multiple things. Okay. Ideally,